Hey, what's up? It's your boy Burf, and it's 5 Thrift Store Friday! Yes, it's 5 Thrift Store Friday, the happiest day of the week, and holy shit, did I strike gold at the thrift stores. I found vintage toys at nearly, I think at every single thrift store in this episode, I found vintage toys, and I found some really rare toys from the 1990s, a line that I have never heard of that are worth some pretty big money. And I found an in-box vehicle, a Starship, from a television show that I grew up with from 1986, and it was one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid, and I found an in-box vehicle at the Goodwill of all places. Man, I am super excited for today's episode. I hope you are too. If you're just as excited as I am to get started on this adventure, hit that like button and let's roll out.
Out of the thrift store, looking for toys galore. My name is Burf and this is my turf. I'm straight out of the thrift store.
Alright, let's see. What can we find on the Goodwill shelves today? Hopefully we can find something cool. That's kind of neat. Nothing I'm interested in though. What I got here? Oh, you know what these are? These are Fisher Price Husky Helper vehicles. Like, I've got Husky Helper figures, but I don't have any vehicles. In fact, I've never seen the vehicles ever in a thrift store. I've seen them on eBay. I think I'm gonna grab these because I've got a police guy. I don't remember if I have like a. Is this supposed to be like a fire truck maybe? Or just a Mack truck maybe? Anyway, I'm gonna grab them. What do they want? $3.59. Wow. I was kind of hoping maybe these were like $1.99. I'll grab them both though. I've got the figures. I just don't have any vehicles, so this will be a nice little addition. What do I got here? A Pound Puppies 63-piece puzzle. That's awesome. And then we got this thing. I just looked this up though. They want $9 for it, and that's about what it's selling for on eBay. So I was kind of hoping maybe I could get it and flip it, but it's not really worth much. All right, well, check this out. We got a Milton Bradley game from 1985 called Ghosts. Let's see here. 16 plastic ghosts, 1 game board, 1 label sheet, 1 instruction sheet. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We got 17 ghosts. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. It's kind of cool. Okay, so this first store we hit up was the Goodwill, and I found a few vintage items there. Nothing to like really blow your mind, but definitely something I needed in my collection. So I've got these little figures that are called Husky Helpers. These vehicles that I found are from 1978. They go to those figures. So I was pleasantly surprised to find them there. I didn't have any vehicles in my collection of Husky Helpers, so it was nice to be able to pick these up. And I also picked up a board game from Milton Bradley. So let's do a quick show and tell. All right, first up, we've got these Husky Helper vehicles by Fisher Price. Like I said earlier, I didn't have any of these vehicles in my collection for my Husky Helpers, which are stored away right now. I'll need to bust them out. But we've got this, I guess it's like a big rig. So we've got that vehicle, and then over here, we've got the police car, which is missing the police stickers on both sides. So it's supposed to have like a police emblem there, but it does not, unfortunately. But these are pretty cool. Like I said, I've got some Husky Helper. I've got quite a few Husky Helpers, the action figure guys. So I'll need to bust those out. I'll need to dig them out of storage and maybe put a couple of them on display here in the bunker. I also grabbed this Pound Puppies 63-piece puzzle. Now, I still don't know if all of the pieces are in there or not. I still haven't counted them. But the box art was cool enough because it had cooler on the front. So I loved this cartoon as a kid and had some Pound Puppies as a kid, have some Pound Puppies as an adult as well. So I've got a few in my collection. I even have the doghouse, which is really awesome. It's kind of like a carrying case. But anyway, I picked this up too. Up next, I grabbed this Milton Bradley game called Ghost, which I had never heard of before. I'm not going to go into all the details of the gameplay. You can look it up online, but it's a pretty neat concept. It's kind of a cross between like checkers and Stratego, if you guys remember the game Stratego, which was one of my favorite games playing up, one of my favorite board games. So the blue ghosts, the ones with the blue dot, are the bad ghosts, and the ones with the yellow dot are the good ghosts, and you have to try and capture your opponent's ghosts and whatnot. So but anyway, a really cool game. These ghosts that are on here kind of remind me of, like, this one reminds me of Slimer from the real Ghostbusters. And this reminds me of a ghost from the real Ghostbusters as well. So I don't know if they stole the idea a little bit and maybe kind of modified them, but don't they look like ghosts from the real Ghostbusters? Anyway, I thought that was interesting. But yeah, what a cool game, and can't wait to see if either Caroline or Nicole will want to try and play a few rounds with me. Okay, we're off to a good start. We got some vintage toys and a board game up on the scoreboard, but I'm ready for some jazz, man. I'm ready to get some jazz running through my veins. If you're new to the channel and you don't know what jazz is that feeling of nostalgia when you find something vintage from your childhood that just gives you the feel-goods. You know what I mean? Kind of like Hannibal from the A-Team. You know, he was always on the jazz, man, on the jazz. So we're about to find some jazz, and we're about to find it at the Goodwill. What you got for me today, Goodwill? What you got for me today? Holy cow, check this out. That's a Transformer. That is Brawn. That could be one of the reproduction ones. I'm not 100%, but that's Ratchet. And I'm almost certain, it's got some yellowing on it. I'm almost certain that might be a G1. That is freaking awesome. And then what else is in here? There's something else right there as well. That green. Oh, okay, it's just like a monster truck. That's like a Hulk. Oh, that's kind of cool. What do they want for that bag? $7.99. Oh, here's another Transformer right here as well. All right, looks like I might get that bag too. I think. Is that the only Transformer in there? Yeah, it looks like it. That's probably a G1 as well. I don't know, I could be wrong. And what's in this bag here? Oh, that green car is kind of cool. There's just a bunch of die cast in here. And we've got some 1986 Pound Puppies in this bag. $6 for that though. Holy cow. Here's another one. See, thing is, these little Pound Puppies, they're not worth much money, so I don't know if I want to spend $6 on them. All right, let's see if we can find anything in these bags. Just a bunch of dinos and stuff in there. What's this? Oh, it's some sort of 6-inch Fortnite figure with a bunch of dinos. Oh, there's a Godzilla. That's like the Godzilla from the 1999 movie. Well, there's a couple of them in there, actually. This kind of looked like they would have been like Mickey D's toys or something. Oh, look, this Rescue Heroes plane is still here. from like a couple of weeks ago. All right, well, let's check the plush. Maybe we can find some vintage plushies in here somewhere. Oh, look at this dude. Isn't he funky looking? He is a millennium bug. Oh, looky. What do we have here? We've got a Care Bear cousin, Braveheart Lion. That is awesome. I wonder if there's any more Care Bear cousins in here. Look at this funky poodle. What's this? Oh, nothing. I'm Braveheart's dad. That's a big plush. And here's some Cabbage Patch Kids. $20. Damn. Let's see how much they want for him. Okay, $2.99. All right. Oh, look. It's a little Wicket. Glad this wasn't a vintage Ewok plush. That would have been awesome. Oh, look at this dude. Oh, look at this. We got an R2-D2 ceramic bank. It's $4 for him.
Now that's what I'm talking about, baby. Vintage jazz, man. Oh my God. He's on that jazz, man. He's on the jazz. He's on the jazz, man. That jiggy jazz, man. Oh, so we found some vintage G1 Transformers, some GoBots, and we found a vintage Care Bear cousin. Let's do some show and tell. All right, first up, I scored this amazing Care Bear Cousins plush. This is Braveheart, and this thing is in immaculate condition. Really, really good condition. So I do not have any Care Bear cousins in my collection at all. This is the first one. I've got several Care Bears, some that I found at the Goodwill bins and others that I have found at Goodwill stores across Texas over the last few years. So I've got a few Care Bears, but no Care Bear cousins. So really happy to be adding him to the collection. And then I scored big on these G1 Transformers. So we ended up with Ratchet, and he looks absolutely amazing. I don't think he's fully complete. I know he's like missing the missile and maybe one or two other small pieces, but for the most part, he's all there. He will display nicely, that's for sure. We've got Skids back here, which also looks amazing. The only thing is that he was missing one of his 4 wheels. I did look through other bags hoping to maybe find that missing wheel in there, but unfortunately was not able to do that. So I don't know, maybe I can pick up a part for him. Maybe I can pick up a wheel on eBay, who knows. I got Brawn, and I also got GoBot Slicks. Now, I actually have Slicks and Brawn already. In fact, I bought Brawn off my friend Aaron from Take Me Home Tonight Toys. They've got a YouTube channel. They're also on Instagram. You can look them up. And great people, by the way. And if you guys remember, I did a whole episode where I went over to Aaron and Becky, his wife, went over to their house. They have like 2,500 square feet of toys in their collection. It was unbelievable. I'll link it up here if you guys want to check out those videos. It was a 4-part series, but man, these GoBots and Transformers are absolutely stunning. I am so excited to be adding Skids and Ratchet to the collection. They look fantastic. Wow, I mean, can the day get any better than that? Actually, yes, it can. So it can get a lot better. Actually, wait until you see what I find here in the next store. So this next store is Texas Thrift, which I so lovingly call Big Texas Thrift because everything in Texas is bigger. And man, I got some big scores out of Big Texas Thrift. Check this out.
Wow, check this guy out, man. He's got a little driver up there in his helmet. That is cool. I wonder how old that is. It just says made in China. I don't see a year on it anywhere. I'm gonna have to look this up. So it turns out he's from a toy line called Adventure Force, and he's known as the Cosmos Defender.
I think they want like $8 for him, $7.49. Yeah, I gotta get him though. He's way too cool. Oh, look at this, G.I. Joe. Oh, wow. That is neat. I'm not really a modern Joe collector, but that's pretty cool. And I have no idea what this thing is, but that looks interesting as well. So this G.I. Joe vehicle, the his tank, I guess it is, or a variation of it, is only $2.79. So I'll probably pick that up. I think it's cool that it has the figure with it. It's a tank, but kind of like a troop transport as well. Those little hatches open up and looks like there's some seating in there where your troops could sit down. Oh, look at this. What year is that from? It could be newer, but it kind of looks older. And who's this guy? Well, there's all kinds of neat stuff here today. Oh, cool. That is a Masters of the Universe 2000X Skeletor's Attack Squid. All right, I gotta get that too. $4.50 roughly. That is awesome. Check out this thing. Oh my gosh. So I didn't see this listed on eBay, but it's listed on WorthPoint. Unfortunately, I can't see what it's actually worth, but if it's on WorthPoint, usually it's worth a good bit of money. And they have it listed as rare, but it's made by Bandai, and it's called a Hover Terra. This thing is awesome. And what's this vehicle here? Wow, check that out. That is awesome. I love the color on that. So apparently this car and this Hover Terra, I don't know, maybe some of these other things like this guy, it looks like the line is called made by Bandai. It's called Dice DNA. I've never heard of it, but there's a ton of these vehicles, and there's still like over there, there's a wall full of baggies. So I don't know, maybe we'll find some figures in it or something. Oh, look at this right here. That's got to be another piece to it. These vehicles are badass. Is this oh no, it's just a little boat, little plastic boat. I don't want to miss anything, so I'm just kind of like scanning. Oh, that tank is cool. It's missing its treads. Oh, look at this dude. These guys are always missing the top part of their head, like always. Oh, I think this might be something. Maybe. Yeah, it looks neat. Oh, look at that. It's a reproduction Popple. This one, I looked it up earlier. It's from 2007. I didn't even know they reproduced those. All right, hopefully we'll get lucky and maybe find some action figures for these vehicles. I don't even know what I'm looking for, to be honest with you. I just figured if maybe I look in these bags and I see something that looks kind of vintage, I can look it up and see if maybe they match with the vehicles. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. Oh, look at that. It's the Polly Pocket Mall. Oh, look at that. Tonka, 1999. That's a neat piece. Man, they want $7.49 for that. There's a lot of people that have it listed. Well, not a lot. There's some people. It's not like there's a lot of these listed, but there are some, but they're like 20 to 25 bucks, but I haven't seen any sold. It's just kind of neat. I mean, if I were going to get it, I'd just get it for myself, but I don't know. It's a good bit of money to drop on a piece like that, you know? Maybe if it were like $2.99, I'll think about it. Oh, look what I found over here in the plush. Well, that's interesting. Well, it turns out this is a Mega Man vehicle, the X7, I believe. I didn't see any listed on eBay or any for that sold, but I did see this listed on whatchamacallit, WorthPoint
But there was no price as to what it actually sold for on Worth Point. I think you need a subscription to that website. So, but I think I'll get it for $2.79. Oh, looky. Check that out. So that is the red variant to the green one we found earlier. Oh my God, look at that. It's the kit car. It's Knight Rider. Okay, what do they want for that? $3.29. Yeah, I'm gonna get that just for the kit car. I think that might be a gargoyle. Kind of looks like it. Yeah, I'm not sure, but it's missing some pieces. It's missing his wings, his tail, part of his arm. Yeah, I'll just leave this here. Just leave it behind. I don't know what this is, but it kind of looks old. Maybe from the 90s, possibly. It's interesting. I don't know if it's all there, though. Whatever it is, I don't know if it's all there. Oh, and I have no idea what that is, but that definitely looks old. It's got a couple of little figures in there. All right, I'm going to pick this up, too. Oh, my God. Look at that. Silverhawks Monstar. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, and Filmation's Ghostbusters. I think his name is that's Scared Stiff, I think, right? Oh, look at this. We got some Centurions. He's on that jazz, man. He's on that jazz. He's on the jazz, man. That jiggy jazz. We got some vintage, man. This is turning out to be a great toy hunt. And we've got a Batman, and then we've got some sort of like transparent looking Spider-Man. He's kind of neat. The one for that, $2.29. I might grab that for a couple bucks. And we got a bag full of knights and horses and like some medieval shit. Oh, look at that. That's part of a mask vehicle, I think. All right, $2.29. Oh, look at this. We got a vintage Godzilla. Oh, that's badass. I have one of these already, but I'll take another one. Oh, and then there's another one of those little vehicles with the little dude. All right. Oh my God. I mean, there was so much going on here at this store, just so much. I mean, there was toys from the 80s, toys from the 90s. This rare line of toys I've never heard of, made by Bandai, called Dice DNA, I think is what it's called. But these vehicles are not only kick-ass, but they're actually worth a good bit of money. And there they were, just sitting right there on the shelves. And I thought that was all I was gonna find until I went over to the baggy section and started finding like Silverhawks and Ghostbusters and oh my gosh, this was just an absolute thrill. This was a real honey hole on this particular day, man. I scored big. So let's take a look at these things. So this dude is gonna need a little cleaning up. He's a little dusty, but this is what started the whole thing. So I saw this guy sitting on the shelf, thought to myself, wow, that is one cool robot. But little did I know that there were gonna be much cooler things in the store. So this thing is pretty awesome though. I think it's awesome that he still has the driver sitting up there. I don't know if this like lid pops open or not. I'm gonna have to play with him. He definitely takes batteries. He's got a button here, but I haven't put any batteries in him to check him out yet. But I just thought this was like a really awesome piece. And I feel like it'll go really well next to my Voltron. In fact, I could have Voltron maybe get into a battle with this guy. So, but yeah, this is a really amazing piece. I also picked up this enhanced armored tank. I think it's made by a company called Dragon USA, but it's pretty awesome. It actually has the treads on it, the tracks, which is cool. It's got it on both sides, and it actually rolls and doesn't have any issues. It's got like these little hatches that you can open and close on them. I guess this is, the belly of the beast.
So we can close this up as well. But this is a really cool piece, and it recently sold for about $50 on eBay. So I think this is awesome. I also picked up this killer Humvee by Maisto. I think that's how you say that, right? It's got a little bit of dirt on it. Nothing a little bit of water won't clean up. So it's definitely been played with outside, which I think is awesome. It got some use, whoever the previous owner was. This little flap opens up on top. The two doors open on the side. And overall, it's just a fantastic looking vehicle. Next up, I got this this vehicle. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but I think it has something to do with Mega Man. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments below exactly what this thing is called. I saw something where it was just referred to as a bonus ride. I have no idea. But anyway, I think it's worth a little bit of money, so I picked it up in hopes of maybe flipping it to get some extra kiggity cash. So I didn't know exactly what this thing was when I picked it up, but I knew two things. One, it was super cool. And number two, I looked and kind of felt like an older toy, you know? So it turns out it's from 2002 and it's from a toy line called Zoids. And this is called, this particular beast is called Elephander. And it is missing some pieces, like its missiles. There's a little hatch right here that I'm assuming like a little driver would go into. And it is missing its other ear, but overall, it's a really cool piece. And then I got this thing, this Tonka, I think it's called Joe Firewalker. It's kind of like a mech suit almost, but it's got these tank treads down here, and then it's got this claw that shoots. I'll show you that in a second. It's got this little hatch, and I'm assuming there's some sort of figure or driver that would go in there, and it looks like, I don't know, maybe he might be missing a missile or something on this side, but check this out. I'm gonna push this little button. This thing actually fires. How cool is that? So yeah, I got drawn in by the red and yellow colors on this thing. I just thought it really popped and thought it looked pretty cool. So it turns out this thing is a G.I. Joe Sigma 6 vehicle. So I knew of Sigma 6. I've had a pretty large collection of them in the past, but I only thought they made them in 6-inch size. But this guy here appears to be maybe like a 3-inch figure. I don't know. And I'm assuming this is the HISS tank that goes with that particular line. But I thought this thing was pretty cool. I think I recently saw one of these sell for about 40 bucks on eBay. It's a pretty cool piece. It's not something I normally collect, so I'll probably end up wanting to sell this thing at some point. I do think it's neat. It's gonna need some cleaning up. It's definitely dirty, but I think for the most part, a good bit of it is there. Actually, it looks like it's missing some missiles. It's got at least one missile and then maybe a couple of things right here. So yeah, it's definitely missing some pieces, but still cool nonetheless. Now, this particular line, I haven't really heard of, and I really don't know the value of them, but apparently it is a toy line, a toy company called SL Toys, and these are called Silverlit Multimac toys or something like that. I don't know, maybe you guys have a little more information on these things than what I've been able to find. I think they're pretty neat, and it looks like a fun toy line. It's definitely, some of these vehicles are definitely, you know, missing some parts and whatnot, but I've never seen these before, ever. So if you guys have any additional information or something I can look up on them, just let me know in the comments below. And then I got this amazing haul of 80s action figures. So we got this Imperial Godzilla over here. I actually have one of those already, so now I've got two. And we got some Centurions. We got this Monstar. How awesome is that, from Silverhawks? And then we have the Filmation Scared Stiff figure. Now, I did have a Filmation Ghostbusters figure already. I had this Fangster in my collection. He was the only Filmation Ghostbuster I had. So when I saw Scared Stiff, I was like, oh my God, he's got a buddy. He's got a buddy to sit on the shelf with him now. So I'll probably end up diving more into this line now that I've got a couple of them on deck And then we've got this mask vehicle, Gator, which is missing just about everything. You know, it's just the shell, so it's missing the boat, it's missing the driver. So, but anyway, this was pretty sweet to find all of these sitting in the baggies. I also picked up this Masters of the Universe 2000X attack squid. This thing is pretty badass. Now, I actually don't have any 2000X figures to put on it, so that means I'll probably end up investing in a He-Man and a Skeletor just so I have something that represents that line, and also to put Skeletor on this vehicle. So I'll have to maybe get a He-Man and a Battle Cat, I guess. But I thought this was pretty awesome. And then I also found this Zoids Sea Striker. It is missing quite a few pieces, although it does have its missiles, so that's cool. And then we got this Final Fantasy vehicle over here. I really don't know anything about Final Fantasy. I think it's a video game. I don't think I've ever played it, so this is definitely something that I'm probably gonna either trade or maybe sell it on my eBay store. So, and then last but certainly not least, I got these really rare toys, at least from my understanding. I looked up some comps on these vehicles and they range anywhere from $60 to over $100 per vehicle. So I was like kind of shocked. And this apparently is a line of toys called Dice DNA. It's made by Bandai. I've never heard of it, but I gotta tell you, this vehicle right here, this is my favorite one. So I was thinking about selling these, but if I do, I think I'll just keep the yellow one. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna sell them or not. They're really cool. Like I said, from my understanding, they're pretty rare. And that's one thing that I do like owning. I like owning rare things that a lot of people don't necessarily have. So this guy here is missing an arm or missing a hand. I actually looked around the store for it, hoping to find it. Unfortunately, I did not. But oh my God, I mean, look at these things. So this T-Rex looking figure here also converts into a motorcycle. And apparently these are the same figures. There's just a green variant and a red variant. And from my understanding, the red one is more rare. I think this one, if I remember, was close to $100, selling close to $100 on eBay. This thing right here, this is actually a pterodactyl when you open him up. And then this thing here, it's also some sort of dinosaur. They're all dinosaurs. They all convert into dinosaurs. But man, how freaking awesome was this haul? I gotta tell you, it feels really, really good to be finding stuff like this again. I mean, the last few months have been kind of sort of dry. Like, I mean, I have found some stuff, but not like this. I mean, this is just like, this is nuts. This is next level stuff, you know? It feels really good to have all that jazz just rushing through my veins, you know? And speaking of jazz, we're about to find some more here at the Goodwill. Check this out. All right, let's see. What do we got? Do we got any goodies here today? Oh my God, looks like a bunch of junk. It's been a long time since I found anything in this particular Goodwill. Oh, look at this. Matchbox Haunted House playset. That is like super cool. I am not a Matchbox guy at all. Oh wow, it makes noise too. That is neat. Yeah, I'm not a Matchbox guy, but I think I gotta get that. That is pretty awesome. Let's see, anything over here in the plush? Looks like we got something vintage there. That looks old for sure. Oh my God, are you freaking kidding me? Holy shit. Holy shit. They want $25.99 for that though. Oh my God, it's in the box. I wonder if it's complete. Definitely worth 26 bucks if it's complete, but it's taped up. I'm gonna have to see if they'll cut it open for me because I'm not gonna buy one that's not you know, that's missing pieces, but that's fucking awesome. All right. Oh, wow. All right. Well, it looks like, oh, it even has the VHS tape. Oh, that's awesome. All right. It looks like it's probably intact. I'm getting it.
Oh, look at this. We got a Disney Pirates of the Caribbean set. Looks like there's quite a few pieces in there. That's good.
Check this dude out.
Damage incoming. Prepare yourself.
Man, he is pretty awesome. Adventure Force Rexobot.
Surrender now. Or face defeat.
Okay, so we found some things at the Goodwill. The most significant thing, the most jazz-worthy score was the Captain Power Powerjet XT7. Oh my God, this thing is amazing. I always wanted this vehicle as a kid. Never owned it. I didn't have any of the Captain Power vehicles, but I did have the action figures. I had Lord Dredd, Captain Power, Lieutenant Tank Ellis. I had them all, but I didn't have any of the vehicles. And one of the reasons I wanted the vehicle so bad is because you could actually interact with the television show and the VHS that came along with this. And what you would do is you would actually shoot your laser at the TV screen. The bad guys on TV would shoot their lasers back at you, and if they hit you, the cockpit actually blew up on this thing. How cool is that? So freaking cool. I can't wait to try it out. But this thing is amazing, and I can't believe I actually own it, and I can't believe I found it in the Goodwill of all places. Let's take a look at it. Before we get to the Captain Power stuff, I did pick up this Mickey Mouse Pirates of the Caribbean playset. I think this was only able to be purchased in the Disney parks. I could be wrong, maybe it was just Disney stores, but regardless, it's a pretty neat playset and it goes for a little bit of money. So I'm not like a huge Disney fan. I mean, I am, I like Disney movies and stuff like that, but I'm just not really into collecting Disney stuff. So I'll probably just list this up on the eBay store, and if somebody's interested in it, they can give it a home. But I think it's pretty neat. I love pirate stuff, and it's a cool little playset. Yeah, I just couldn't say no to this guy. He was way too cool. I'm definitely gonna bust him out of the box. He's got like rubbery hands. I like the sculpt on him. He talks.
Invincible.
I mean, that is just so cool.
Rexobot. Online.
Yeah, he can do battle with that robot I got at Texas Thrift earlier. You know, this guy over here. Yeah, so I mean, he's a little bigger than this guy over here, but I don't know. I think it would be a pretty good battle. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment below. Would this be a good matchup? And next, I got this Matchbox Haunted House playset. I thought this thing was just really neat looking. So I kind of like that spooky stuff, you know, and I'm not exactly sure how it works. I know. Oh, there we go. That's cool. Has all kinds of different sounds. It looks like there's like a coffin down in here. So I don't know, this ghost maybe comes up out of here somehow. I'm gonna have to probably watch like a YouTube review on all the little gimmicks that this thing has. But I thought it was like super cool. And finally, we've got Captain Power's Powerjet XT7. This thing is in immaculate condition. Oh my God, man. I'm like busting a nut over here looking at this thing. This thing is freaking crazy awesome. Oh my God, I can't believe I own this thing. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, man. Oh my God, it comes with the different manuals. It comes with the instructions. and, you know, the scoreboard and how to keep score and all that stuff like that, the blueprints for it. It's got the VHS, Future Force Training, Skill Level 1. I've got a couple of other VHS too, by the way, that I picked up at an estate sale a little while back. So I think I've got skill level 2 as well. But oh my gosh, man, this thing is just so awesome. We got a sticker that's kind of peeling a little bit there, but I can probably put a little dab of glue on that. But there's the inside of the cockpit, and oh my gosh, I cannot wait to try this thing out. And I will definitely record a video of it. I'd like for you guys to see it in action as well, and I'd like to see if it actually works. The box says it works. It says, where does it say that? Let's move this out of the way. It says, TV fires back, actually blows up cockpit. So I would love to try this out. This is something that I always wanted when I was a kid, but didn't get. So man, this just totally put the icing on the cake. All right, we got one more store left on the agenda today. Thrift Giant, Old Thrifty Pants. So we're gonna head on over there and see what kind of goodies they got. To be honest with you, they really didn't have much. There was nothing, but there was one thing, and I bought it. Check it out. All right, well, we got a big box here. Let's see if there's any goodies in here. There's a Casey Jones. Some sort of action figure right there. I don't know. It's like somebody's legs. I don't know who that is. There's a troll. There's a mask figure. Let's see, what else do we got? There's a Jeep. Looks like we got some Toy Biz. I don't know who that dude is. He's kind of interesting looking. Oh, there's a Bebop. All right, well, there's some vintage toys in this box. How much do they want for the box? $55. Dang! There's a bunch of Barbies in here. I mean, I could probably get it and list these and probably get some money back on it, right? See, I don't know what's all inside there. There could be a bunch of other vintage toys in the middle of it that we just can't see. It's been a long time since I've bought one of these boxes, but I'm thinking about buying it just to take a gamble on it. There's another action figure right there. Maybe, I don't know, maybe another Toy Biz? Yeah, I might take a gamble on this just to have a little fun. I know you guys like when I buy these big boxes. There's a Transformer. When I buy these big boxes and we go through them together, so I might spend the $55 just for you guys. All right, I'm gonna think about it. Man, it has been a long time. It's been quite a while since I have found a big box that has potential for more vintage toys than what we can see in it. So if you've been a follower or a subscriber of the channel for a while, you know that I used to find these boxes fairly often when I first started the channel. But I think competition has kind of heated up and people are finding these boxes before I do. But I found this one today. It's got some vintage toys in it. It might actually have more. We don't know. There could be a whole bunch sitting in the middle of that box that we just can't see right now. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be opening it today. But I will be posting a video tomorrow where you and I are going to go through that box together. So we're going to rip it open and we're going to go through it piece by piece and we're going to see what we can pull out of it. So I'm excited for that. Hey, if you enjoyed watching today's episode as much as I enjoyed making it for you, do me a favor, smash the like button. It helps me out. It does help the channel grow. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button because I got a lot more great content coming your way. In fact, if you want to watch more videos just like this, then check out this next video.